Good night, everyone. Good night, Marcia. Good night to the lawyer opposition. I was following your comments, and sometimes I wonder if this is an attempt to legitimize your past sins and wrongdoings.
Mm.
You want to make it legal because you know that this will come up at some point in time as part of your legacy. So, and I see this as a matter of trust as well. And you ask your declaration of giving the vote and watchman was a moment where you ask the Barbadians to trust you. But trust should be on both sides. And I'm saying that to come up with a bill that targets everybody in society tells says to me that you don't trust the people who elected you. And if you don't trust the persons who gave you the vote on two occasions, all of the seats, then it is time for you to step aside. If she knew that this was going to be the where she was going to be in her political career, she should have pursued or continue to pursue the appointment to the UN. But you don't come up with, but they have been doing it. They were trying to pass the bill on cybercrime, and now this is a step further because every step of the way you're seeing them target the general Barbadian populace as if we're all criminals. And I'm worried about how this government sees us as people that they represent. And until they come back and say to us and not be adamant that this is what is going to become law, then we know that we should do the right thing at the next election. If you don't trust me, I don't trust you. It is as simple as that.
Agree. Agree. I think it is a matter of trust. And if they could go back to the political interference, this is a very serious document, GIS. GIS, we have to hold you accountable because you printed error. Go back to the political thing, Dave. No political. Look at what this says. No political interference. Politicians cannot, in any way or in any form, request, authorize, or access intercepted material. But the director of the anti-corruption and the anti-terrorism agent is a political appointee. And the minister is going to on the there is a team, and for some reason, let me go back in my notes here. This is the team that gives oversight. The minister, though there's no saying the president is going to appoint the three persons, but the minister is still heavily involved. And the minister is a political person.
Don't they all report to the minister?
Well, I mean, well, no, they said that the president is going to be going to be going to be that going to do that particular job. In fact, I think as we go on here, he continues to fact check that
Because
about that.
because that announcement about the president seemed hurried. Once it became the talking point, there was a hurried effort to quiet the noise, and it's to suspect that that announcement about the president was to quiet some of the noise that they were experiencing.
Yes, Mr. Thorne raised it and made a big thing about it in Parliament, and that's I keep saying to us Barbadians. When you hear people say, Mr. Babb, 30 love again in your skin. In whose skin? In your own skin. When you have people who are going to laugh and say, 30 love. No, laugh at yourself. Look in the mirror and laugh at your own self. It's at you. Because if he wasn't in there, then that would have gone. So go ahead and laugh at yourself. You're being stupid.
Yeah, that is a level of ignorance and saying that 30 love when they're experiencing so much as it relates to their own well-being, their ability to live properly from day to day, their own ability to make ends meet because of the policies of this government, and you're going to make laugh and sport at your own suffering. You have reached a level of ignorance that you can't explain, as if you're dotish to say those type of things, just because I think sometimes they say that because there's nothing else left to say in terms that is sensible in a response to a member of the opposition or the leader of the opposition bring attention to some of the issues that are going to affect us as masses, as the masses of people. And I can't understand why some person would, after all that we are going through between 2018 and now, that we will hear those type of statements from persons who I believe that Barbadians are very educated. They have a level of common sense that will speak to making decisions and saying things that make sense. And I'm saying that we can't reach a stage where we allow those type of comments to take hold of persons. And there are few people who say it, and those are the persons who are paid or given kickbacks to and are in influential positions that are placed on social media, that have access to thousands of people who say these things over and over again, so that the general population believe that that is what it is, or would not go to the polls because it was decide I'm staying away because it does not make sense. That is to create that type of frustration because they know that any large turnout of voters means some kind of defeat for them. And to keep
Correct.
people away, they say these things to create more frustration because in 2018, the people just blindly trust Mayor Motley and this group blindly with the expectations based on what they were experiencing at that point in time, and they were angry. But this is a different time. This is a different time. That trust that you have placed in this party has been eroded, and don't allow persons who are getting the benefits from this government to allow you to fall into that trap again. You,
And
you know,
unraveling it. You saw them.
yes, you know why they will be angry with you and the young people? Because they believe that they have created a culture in Barbados where young people will gravitate towards the wine and dine and the partying. And that is how they see our young people in Barbados. And I want every young person that's listening tonight to tell the Barbados Labour Party that we are not just head and belly. You can't feed us and take away our future. You can't offer us drinks and food and we sign off on an X. Those days are over. And that is what those young people represented. And they were angry because they presented nothing to young people except some partying, have a good time, and you turn up at the polls because you're saying to them, if you want to maintain this type of lifestyle, if you want to have a party here every other month, this is who you vote for. But those young people that you had on your program demonstrated a type of young person who are
Thinking.
industrious and thinking about what their future should look like. If we value our privacy as a country and as a people, we will show the government by turning up and saying to them, keep out of my home,
Hmm.
unless stay out. If I invite you in, don't come in. If you have with the effort in terms of crime and you have any suspicion, then we don't argue against that. But why are you taking the liberty to have access to everybody's privacy? Why are you passing bills and want to make law that you can listen into everybody's all the people in your country conversation? Um, Russia comes to mind. where there's no acceptance of opposition at all. So therefore, you expect those type of things to happen. Not in Barbados. How did we get here? It cannot be. Are you saying to us that the criminal element has so invaded our country that every household should be listening to? What are you saying to us as a people, that we are all criminals
Mhm.
and potential criminals? But we know Barbadians to be generally law-abiding citizens, Christian society. Not all Christians, but we know what is right and wrong. And to have a government which says to us that we don't trust you, so therefore we have to watch you. But the other way around, we should be watching the government. We should keep our eyes
Exactly.
on this government.
Yes, yes, exactly.
So there
Exactly.
need to be tapping. There need to be spied on. And I want to ask a question too. With this wiretapping, are we going to see those finally know who is important? But because the importers are not the normal Tom and Dick on the street, are we going to get with this wiretap? Are we going to finally get a control on the drug trade? Are we going to see persons who are locked away in communities being questioned? Or is this just for us who are the normal citizens of this country who will use our voices and will have the majority vote that can determine who the next government is that you're going to give us, make us afraid of you? Because that is what it is. You have to be afraid of us.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
And this
Correct.
should not be. We should be watching the politicians and the years before when they start to watch themselves. That might have been the best thing, but no, they want to watch everybody. And
Right.
I would say again, is this legitimizing your past sins and wrongdoings?
Address this for me, because this is a
This
serious kind of thinking. Talk to us. Talk to us.
that he is referring to this current legislation that we are just
That was
perusing.
debated in Parliament last Tuesday. Go
And
ahead.
he's saying to people that is out of date or obsolete.
Yes, that's what ECD is saying. Who comes on
Listen,
here and makes all these comments?
that is what they are. That is the type of distraction that they want to bring to your program. But Easy D don't even believe that himself. He's being disgusted. And if he can't be truthful to the people, he should leave the show. That's what we say to
Pretty
him.
much.
He has done. I say, Easy D, you have done your job. Go back
Yeah.
and go back and tell them that you caused some disruption. You got your attention, your few minutes attention. Go back. Tell them you've done your job.
Mr. Babb.
Yes, but tomorrow and wherever marches are called, for you to demonstrate your rights and to speak to a government about what is wrong or right, there should not be any hesitation or fear. And one of these times is tomorrow, which means that if you value your privacy, if you're saying to the government what you are going to plan to pass into law is wrong, you need to show up and stand up and show up. So tomorrow is very important for us to send a clear message to the government of Barbados to leave, stay out of our phone calls, stay out of our houses unless you are invited.